It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots, and it's coming up next.
From the home of many a title run and one of the NFL's most successful franchises, you're looking live at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create, but now, well, now it's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
Joey Sly is going to have the honor of getting us started. And we're off and running from Gillette. On the return, here's Chris Evans. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Starting the drive with a give to Moss. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Burrow out of the shotgun. Gets him on the in route. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That throw finds Jamar Chase. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's Brown again. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They motion the slot man right. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Dialing up a receiver screen. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This one taken in by Chase. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
On third down, here's Burrow. Nabbed along the sideline by Higgins. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. To throw again, it's Burrow. Higgins makes the catch. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Burrow from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Burrow. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
On 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Butker knocks it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. So now it's the Patriots' turn to head out for the first time on offense. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, 2nd year as a starter took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career.
May will throw to get us started here. Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They've got a man in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. Hauled in by Bourne. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw for May. He puts some power on a deep one left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Brought in by Juju. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
So now here's 3rd and 5. To the air yet again, May. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Patriots will have a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They'll run for the first time here with Antonio Gibson. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Remain Pratt with the play defensively.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Stevenson gets it on 3rd down. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. So I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
So it'll be another 1st and 10 for him, Brock, down at the opposing 37. May now from the gun. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's a New England first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Henry on the catch. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Slot receiver headed left. On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Operating from the gun, here's May. Has it in close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's May. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Patriots finish off their opening drive. Drake made the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Patriots won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Travion Williams now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Bengals all set to go for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. All down that time by Jonathan Jones.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. On target to his man Higgins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First and 10 from the 41. They motion the tight end over. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Up the gut, they go with Moss. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Running on second with Moss. And he gets him around 6 there. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on third down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It was Johnny on the spot.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on fourth.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Man in motion here. First down, Burrow to throw. He's got Brown on the slant. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. Burrow setting up the play action. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals hold a slim 2-point lead early. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals push their lead to 3. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. On the return, it's Jalen Reagor. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Patriots offense headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. That one's caught along the left sideline. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. May on 1st and 10. That's taken in by Henry. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st down, ball at the 36. To throw, here's May. Hits him on the out route. And they take him down right along the 30. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Patriots football. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't a linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
Gotta figure out this third down here. May looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
May throwing for it. That's caught beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
So close to getting off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
Complete, it's Bourne. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Slot man in motion right. A give up the middle to Stevenson. And he drives this forward to the 6. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's May to the air. He's got it! And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Stevenson will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun here. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Hey, I understand why this crowd and these fans were celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch, that looked good, but you gotta get...
We're gonna get a second look at this. Jerron Mayo disagreeing with the call and throws the flag.
Previous play is under review.
Oh, this one is really close, Brock. Did he establish possession and then get both feet down?
Yeah, maintaining possession while being a ballerina, not always easy. A lot to look at here, but I know he thinks he's got a touchdown.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So Jerron Mayo got him to look at it again, but unfortunately for him, no change in the call. Here's Slide to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Patriots take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Slide with the honors. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bengals and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Got a man, it's Gesicki. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jelani Tavai ranging in for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here's 2nd and 5. Completes this one to Chase. This is ahead for about 5. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Play action now, Burrow. That's Gesicki, he's got it! And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
To throw again, it's Burrow. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Now a give up the middle to Moss. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Jelani Tavai ranging in for the stop. He gets a couple and will bring up 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Motioning Chase left. Working inside the red zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Butker knocks it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Patriots offense all set to go. They have played lights out on offense. Scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Made a throw it. Pulled in by Moore. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a New England 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10. Here's Stevenson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a pickup of 11. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
1st down throw for May. That's to his running back, Antonio Gibson. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
This throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Here's Gibson on 2nd down. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Gibson. Gets in. Touchdown, New England. The Patriots grow the lead to 7. So this solid first half continues for them. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Patriots grow their lead to 8. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually. So 2nd down coming up.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. You got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Higgins makes the catch. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st. Third and a lone yard coming up. Burrow setting up the play action. Finds a man right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. Moss will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Burrow out of the shotgun. Has it in close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
McPherson at the point after. And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Patriots running their offense out there. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. May now from the gun. He gets this one to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a New England 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now a give to Stevenson, coming right. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Gillette. The Patriots looking for a score before halftime. 2nd and 3 now. May now. Throw reeled in by Stevenson. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air on 1st down. May has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. There's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Second and 6 coming up here. To the air yet again, May. That one complete to Stevenson. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Patriots will have a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Gets it quickly to Douglas. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he scores. It's a New England touchdown. The Patriots will add to their lead at the end of the half. DeMario Douglas with the touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Okay, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again. Unlike these officials, who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. Here's Sly to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Patriots grow their lead to 8. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Here comes Williams on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Bengals with one final possession now in our opening half. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. On first down, here's Burrow. That's Gesicki. He's got it. He's got a gain of 6 there. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He's back to throw. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right. He's got it. Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. We've arrived at halftime with the Patriots in front after 2 here in Foxborough. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breaths as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Patriots got a solid first half from their quarterback, Drake May. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Patriots and quarterback Drake May ready to go once more on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Stevenson. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Operating from the gun, here's May. Henry on the catch. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a New England 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Gibson here from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
2nd and 15. That's taken in by Henry. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. To throw, here's May. It's complete to Stevenson. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Going play action, May. Brought in by Juju. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
He's got the hook up to Bourne. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And now they have a first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Working inside the red zone. And he breaks up that throw for the moment. A good defensive play as we hear what this flag's about.
Receiver downfield.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still first down.
So now after being backed up just a bit, another first and goal. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for second and goal. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. From the gun, it's May. And he brings it in for a New England touchdown. The Patriots grow the lead coming out of halftime. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Here's Sly to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Patriots lead by 15 now. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bengals headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
On first down, it's Moss. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 41. Completes it to his running back, Zach Moss. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. This is Moss on the give. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They kick the running back in motion. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 5. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They bring their tight end left. 3rd and short, it's Burrow. That's caught for the first. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Burrow from the gun. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd and 3 now. To throw again, it's Burrow. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Sending a receiver left. First down from the red zone. He brings it in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now Burrow. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Cincinnati. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals get it back to within 1 score.
Bengals 27.
that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Patriots and Ramondre Stevenson getting the football back now. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the option, it's Stevenson. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. The give inside to Gibson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Stevenson gets it on 3rd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 41. Stevenson with another carry. They'll cobble together a yard there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
May now from the gun. He completes it in traffic. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
May now to throw on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's May. Complete, it's Bourne. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Motioning him from the slot right. On play action, here's May. This one falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing is May. He has the first over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 18-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Rush coming for May. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Patriots lead by 14. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Extra point is up and good from slot. And the Patriots lead by 15 now. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Burrow. Got a man, it's Gesicki. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Jelani Tavai ranging in for the stop.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 8. Throw left side, and Gesicki has it. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jelani Tavai ranging in for the stop.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Play action now. Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
9 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Burrow back to throw. Finds his man Chase. And he's across midfield into Patriots territory.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Slot man motioned over. 2nd and 1. This one taken in by Chase. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Caught near the goal line. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
Patriots 42, Bengals 34.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Rager with the return here. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order. For him at the 32. To the air on 1st down, May. Henry on the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A give up the middle to Gibson. Into the 2nd level past the 30. He will go! Touchdown, New England! The Patriots go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Here's Sly to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Patriots lead by 15 now. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Here comes Williams on the return. Return's looking good so far. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. They've got first down from the 31. Burrow from the gun. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Looking slant route, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completes this one to Chase. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 46. Finds the in route, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. Moss gets it from the gun. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
First down, Burrow to throw. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Burrow setting up the play action. It is caught left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They look to run with Moss. And he gets in, touchdown. The Bengals can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. Zach Moss, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
The score, Patriots 49, Bengals 41.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The New England offense running out now. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
First down throw for May. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing is May. Short pass brought in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. A give left side to Stevenson.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's May to the air. Gets it quickly to Douglas. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Third and a lone yard coming up. Running for it with Stevenson. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know, it sure looked like defense had done enough to hold them on that play. Credit that 1st down to a good initial effort and 2nd effort to keep fighting to go get that extra yard needed.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. May on 1st and 10. That's taken in by Henry. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bengals 33-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Here's the pistol snap to May. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. May now from the gun. He completes it in traffic. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Hits him on the out route. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
To the air yet again, May. Has it down close. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Gibson with it. And he's going to make it in for the New England touchdown. The Patriots have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you could strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just a...
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Ooh, it doesn't get much closer than this, Brock. Did that ball in any way break the plane of the end zone?
You know how I like to look at this, Kate? Imagine a plane of glass going from the front end of that end zone straight in the air, and any part of the ball, any part of it just touches the plane of that glass, and this is a touchdown.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So after a second look, they say he did not break the plane, no touchdown. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run in with Stevenson. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Patriots go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Ramondre Stevenson, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Patriots lead by 15 now. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Here comes Williams on the return. Return's looking good so far. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Throwing is Burrow. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Completed to his running back. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Finds his man Chase. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point try coming. This would importantly make it a one-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
Patriots 56, Bengals 48.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Rager with the return here. Returns looking good so far. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive. The Patriots and wide receiver Kendrick Bourne set to take over now. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Connecting on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. He'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Setting up to pass. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he'll get it up to the 27. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Now to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
Brought in by Chase near the sideline. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
He'll look to throw it. Finds a seam down the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. And someone has officially flown higher than the Dutchman, Brock. That completion pushes him past Norm Van Brocklin for the most passing yards in a game in NFL history. The mark of 554 yards had stood resolute since back in 1951. And 7 decades later, someone has finally topped it. Back to throw. This one taken in by Chase. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. That's him on the quick hitter. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Caught near the pylon. Good gain here as he heads out of bounds.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Burrow out of the shotgun. And they're still alive. Brocky brings in the touchdown, and now they've got a shot to force overtime. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. The Bengals getting ready for a big 2-point try late. He's throwing for it. can't connect that time, and after the touchdown, unfortunately, can't finish off the two they needed to tie this game and force overtime. Oof, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Patriots are there to bring in the kick, and that should just about do it in this one. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Gonna be a victory for the Patriots as they drop to a knee here. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So as they've done so many times before, Brock, the Patriots take the win here at Gillette Stadium. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.